Hi everyone, I'm going to take you through one round of a full body mobility flow that you can do at home. You're going to start at the very back of your mat. We're going to start with some inchworms to a high plank to a pike position. So starting with your feet underneath your hips, you're going to roll your hands down the front of your legs. We're going to walk those hands out to our high plank position. Once we're here, we're going to send those hips up towards the ceiling. So pushing away from the ground, pushing through the hands. We're going to come back to that high plank position and then walk the hands back in to get out of that inchworm, rolling yourself all the way up. We're here for 7 more. So hinging over, walking those hands out, finding your high plank, and then pushing your hips up for that pike, lengthening through the backs of your legs. You can hang out a little bit longer in any of the positions if you're feeling like something needs a little bit more time. Trying to reach those hips up a little bit further every time. Maybe you're trying to keep those legs a little bit straighter as well as you're hinging over and you're getting into that pike or downward dog position. Good. We're going to go for 3 more. Find that hinge, walk the hands away, high plank, hips go up. Good. We've got 2 more. Good. Last one. Hinging over, hands find the ground, walk those hands out, find your high plank, pushing up and away, lengthen through the backs of the legs one more time, back to that high plank position, walk those hands in, and all the way back up. We're gonna move into a knee hug to a hinge with a reach. So you're gonna start with whatever side you want. You're gonna lift that knee up to your chest. Find your balance on that planted leg. From here, you're gonna hinge over, let that knee go. It's gonna swing behind you. We're gonna reach those hands out in front of us, lengthen through the fingertips, and then bring it back in for that knee hug. Lifting where we can, send that knee back, reaching away. But every time that you find yourself in this little hinge position, trying to find some balance through whatever side is planted down. 3, 2, 1 more on this side. Coming back to center. We're going to switch sides, so lifting that opposite leg up. Find your stability on your new planted leg. Send that knee back. We're going to go into that straightening motion. Reach with those hands, lengthen through the fingers. Stand back up. If you need to reset or tap your leg down, you can do so before getting into that next rep. We've got 3 more on this side. 3, 2, last one, reach, lengthen, coming back to center. Good, we're gonna get into our high plank for our world's greatest stretch. We're here for 6 on each side. So from the high plank position, we're gonna step our left leg forward. You can drop that right leg or you can keep it lifted. If you drop it, it's gonna be a little bit easier. You're gonna take your inside hand, you're gonna reach up, you're gonna rotate, your eyes are gonna follow your fingers. And you're gonna come back to the ground. We're gonna come back up into that high plank position, step the other leg forward, drop, rotate towards that front knee. Good, so we're gonna keep moving through this motion, just going from left side to right side. We've got 4 more on each side. If you've had your back knee planted, you can try to keep it lifted if you're looking for a little bit more of a challenge. Good, 3 more per side. 3, 2, Last one on each side. Reach and rotate, plant, step it back. Other side, reach, rotate. Good. You can come back up to standing. We're gonna turn long ways on our mats. We're gonna go into a low lunge. We're gonna stitch back and forth from side to side. You're gonna try and stay low the whole time. Trying not to rainbow your hips as you come through center. So really wide stance to get us started. Otherwise, you're gonna feel a little bit cramped up through your feet. We're gonna sink down to one side. That knee is tracking in the same direction as that toe. And then we're gonna stay low and shift our weight to the other side. If you're not feeling warmed up, you can add that little rainbow in to get to back to that side. But we wanna actively try and stay low where we can. Good, we've got 3 more per side. 3, 2, 1. Good. We're going to stand up through center. We're going to get into an adductor rock. So we're going to stay lengthwise. We're going to kick one leg out to the side. We're here for 6 on each side. So you're going to sit back. Your heel is going to find your butt. Hands are going to plant in front. And then you're going to walk out. So you're kind of in a tabletop position. You can have the inside of the foot planted on the ground. It's going to give you a little bit more adductor bias. If you want to, you can flip between inside of the foot on the ground and heel on the ground. That'll get a little bit more hamstring. So from here, we're going to keep our tailbone high and we're going to shift our hips back towards that heel, getting a stretch through our inner leg, and then we're going to rock forward. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. Keep that leg long, sending the hips back, and then rocking forward. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, you're gonna switch sides, same setup. Kick that opposite leg out to the sides, nice and long. You can find kind of where you can sit back to, so heel touching your butt, walk those hands out. From here, we're gonna push back, lengthen through the arms, and then rock yourself back up. Again, you can adjust where your foot is, that planted foot if you want more of the inner thigh, or if you wanna get more hamstring. Good, we're here for 3 more. Rocking back 3, 2, 1. Good, we're gonna sit on our bums for our hip 90-90s. So we're gonna set up, so my left leg is the outside of the knee is on the ground. My right side is where my inner knee is on the ground. You can set up with whatever position you want to. You can place your hands behind you for a little bit of support. We're always gonna lead with the knee that the inner knee is touching the ground. We're gonna pivot on that heel. So if you need support, you're gonna lean back into those hands. We're gonna lift up that front leg. We're gonna rotate. When you feel like you can't let it rotate anymore, that left side is gonna follow. We're gonna keep our torso high and tall. Now we're in the opposite position. Our left side, the inside of the knee is on the ground. Good, we're gonna go into the reverse direction. So lifting until we can't anymore. And then rotate, let that back knee follow. Good. If you feel like you're fine here, you can always lift your hands up. Give yourself a little bit more of a challenge. Trying to keep that torso as upright as we can. Good. We're going for 4 more on each side. You might feel your butt start to shift a little bit on your mat. Reset if you need to. 3, 2, last one each side. Good. So we're going to get into a deep squat. So coming up to standing, we're going to put our feet a little bit wider than we would for a regular squat. It'll help you let the hips sink down a little bit further. So bring those hands to the ground. From here, we're going to drop our hips, coming into that squat position. If we can have the elbows on the inside of the knees, trying to find a comfortable position. Feel free to turn those toes out a little bit if we need to, whatever we need to do to keep our chest high. Place those hands back on the ground, stand up through the back of the legs, hips are high, and then sinking back down. Again, you have the option to stay with this movement, or we can kind of add a little bit of a variation. When we sink to the bottom, we're going to take those hands and we're going to lift them up. If we can lift those biceps close to our ears, and from here, we're going to stand up. Good, back down. So we're hinging over, lengthening through the hamstrings, dropping through the hips, lifting those arms up. Good, we're here for 4 more of whatever variation you're choosing. 4. 3. We've got 2 more. 2. 1. Good, we're gonna lay onto our stomachs. We're gonna go into our TYIWs. We're gonna add a little bit of a hold at the top. We're gonna do 5 in each direction. So the first one, you can start with your head on the ground. Bring your arms out to your side. You're gonna have your thumb is facing up, so your pinky is running along the ground. We're gonna lift those arms up. We're gonna keep them straight. We're gonna lift, squeezing our shoulder blades together. We're gonna lower them back down. We're gonna bring those arms up into a Y position. Same thing, we're gonna keep those arms straight. We're gonna lift and squeeze to our upper back. Control it back down. Bringing those hands up to the top of our mat, so biceps are near our ears. We're lifting, holding, relax them down. Our W, we're gonna lift, and then we're gonna drag our elbows in, down towards our sides. So making that W shape, squeezing our upper back, hold that squeeze, extend away, coming back out to that T position. So 4 more of all those same movements. We're lifting, lower, come up to our Y. Straight arm lift, lower into our I, lift, lower into our W, we lift, squeeze, elbows come down towards our rib cage, extend, relax them down, coming back into our T position. Good. Hold, relax. Y, lift, relax. I, lift, relax. W, lift, pull down, squeeze, extend, back to our T. We have 2 more. Lift and hold, relax it down. Y, lift, hold, lower. I, lift, hold, lower. W, lift, pull down, squeeze, pause, extend, lower down. 1 more each direction, back out to our T. Lift, lower, Y, lift, lower, I, lift, lower, W, lift, pull it down, squeeze, extend away. Good. We're gonna roll onto our backs. If you have a wall near you, feel free to use that. We're gonna extend our arms overhead once we're laying. If I had a wall behind me, I would be pushing against it this way. If you don't have a wall behind you, that is okay. You can go into regular dead bugs. Hands would be on the wall. We're lifting your legs up into our little tabletop position. By pushing into the wall, we should feel a little bit of a contraction through our core before we even move anything. If we don't have a wall, we're gonna bring those hands up in front of us. We will be moving opposite leg to opposite arm. If you have a wall, you're just pressing in the whole time, you're only moving your legs. So we're extending our left leg, extend that left leg long. You want to feel your low back making contact with the ground the whole time. Bring that leg back in. Good, right leg, extend it long. Pulling it back in. If we don't have that wall, we're bringing our arms over top of our chest, extending our left leg and right arm. One long line. Pulling ourselves back in. Opposite side, extend. Pull ourselves back in. Good. We're just alternating from side to side. Keeping that belly button pulling down towards our spine. We've got 3 more per side. 3. 2. 1. Last rep on each side. Extend, center, extend, center. Good. Last one, we're going to come up onto our hands and knees. We're going to start in our 4-point position. So our wrists are stacked under our shoulders. Our knees are going to be stacked underneath our hips. Our belly button, we're going to lift it up towards our spine. We don't want to be letting our back sag. We want to lift and stay strong through our core. We're strong through our shoulders. We're going to extend our left leg back. So it's one long line. Right arm reaches forward. From here, we're going to lift our leg and our arm at the same time. So we're coming up just in line with our body, tapping back down. So not a whole lot of movement other than these 2 limbs. If we're feeling a little bit unbalanced, you can stay here. If we're gonna add a little bit more of a challenge, we're gonna crunch through center. So we're gonna bring that elbow in towards our knee and then fully extend. So you have the option to choose whatever variation you want. You have 10 on this side. And then we're gonna switch to the other side. Good. I've got 3 more. 2. 1. Last reach. Come back to that 4-point position. Same thing on the opposite side. Kick that right leg back, left arm reaches forward. We're gonna lift up. We're trying to get one line from our fingers to our toes. Relax it back down. Again, think about lifting through our belly button, keeping our core strong. If you prefer those crunches, you can choose to do those. We're crunching through center and then extending long. We're here for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, back to that 4-point position. So that is the end of 1 round. Feel free to do this 2 or 3 times depending on what your body needs for the day.